The Poison Crown. A deep dive into Season 2's palace betrayals. The delicate porcelain cup trembled in her hands as concubine Gyokyu realized the bitter truth. The very people she trusted most had been plotting her demise from the shadows. This moment of devastating clarity became the cornerstone of Season 2's most explosive revelation, transforming a seemingly elegant palace drama into a masterpiece of psychological warfare and political intrigue. Season 2 elevated the stakes beyond mere palace gossip and romantic entanglements. What began as whispered rumors about mysterious illnesses plaguing the imperial concubines escalated into a full-blown conspiracy that reached the highest echelons of power. The season's arc masterfully wove together threads of ambition, betrayal, and the relentless pursuit of justice in a world where truth becomes the most dangerous weapon of all. At the heart of this maelstrom stands the unlikely figure of Maomao, the court apothecary whose quiet dedication to healing would ultimately expose the rot festering within the palace walls. Her journey from a humble servant girl with medical knowledge to the Empire's most vital truth seeker provides the emotional anchor that grounds the Season's more fantastical political machinations. The central theme emerges with crystalline clarity: power corrupts absolutely, but justice demands an even steeper price. Every character grapples with moral compromises, forced to choose between personal survival and righteous action. The writers brilliantly illustrate how the pursuit of justice in a corrupt system often requires becoming the very thing you seek to destroy. The Emperor's tragic arc exemplifies this moral complexity. Once a beacon of honor and integrity, he finds himself trapped between his duty to the throne and his love for his concubines. His gradual transformation from beloved ruler to paranoid leader showcases how power isolates even the most well-intentioned monarchs. The scene where he discovers his own trusted eunuch's involvement in the conspiracy remains one of television's most heartbreaking betrayals. Concubine Lihua's evolution proves equally compelling. Initially portrayed as a naive romantic, she emerges as a calculating political player whose gentleness masks razor-sharp intelligence. Her realization that survival requires manipulation transforms her from potential victim to formidable adversary. The moment she chooses to align with the conspirators rather than warn other concubines creates a moral gray area that haunts viewers long after the credits roll. But the season's most shocking revelation centers on the poisoning conspiracy itself. What appeared to be random attacks on imperial concubines reveals itself as a carefully orchestrated campaign designed to eliminate specific threats to a shadow power structure. The mastermind's identity, revealed in a stunning mid-season twist, reframes every previous interaction and alliance. Jinshi, the beautiful eunuch official, emerges as the conspiracy's architect. His motivation stems not from simple ambition but from a twisted sense of duty to the imperial bloodline. He genuinely believes the palace requires purification, viewing certain concubines as corrupting influences on the emperor. This philosophical justification for his actions creates a villain whose logic feels disturbingly reasonable, making his betrayal all the more devastating. The poisoning methods themselves become characters in the story. Maomao's expertise allows her to identify the subtle signatures of different toxins, each chosen for specific effects. Some poisons mimic natural illnesses, others create dramatic public displays of suffering designed to terrorize potential opponents. The technical precision required for these attacks points to inside knowledge that only a select few possess. Concubine Jade's involvement adds another layer of complexity. Her close relationship with Maomao initially appears genuine, but the revelation of her true loyalties transforms every friendly conversation into manipulation. Her ability to maintain emotional intimacy while systematically betraying her friend demonstrates the psychological toll of living a double life. The actress's nuanced performance captures the internal conflict between her mission and her unexpectedly real feelings. The conspiracy's broader implications extend far beyond the inner palace. Trade agreements, diplomatic relationships, and succession plans all become pawns in this elaborate game of chess. The writers skillfully demonstrate how personal betrayals ripple outward, affecting entire kingdoms and countless innocent lives. Maomao's investigation serves as the season's detective storyline, providing viewers with the methodical unraveling of the conspiracy. Her medical background gives her unique insights into the poisoning patterns, while her position as a servant allows her access to information that remains hidden from the nobility. Her growing relationship with fellow servant Xiaolon provides both emotional grounding and practical assistance in her dangerous quest for truth. The power dynamics shift dramatically as revelations emerge. Former allies become enemies, while unexpected partnerships form between characters who previously despised each other. Concubine Gyokuyu's alliance with her former rival, concubine Duo, creates some of the season's most compelling political maneuvering. Their mutual respect develops from shared adversity, proving that common enemies can forge the strongest bonds. The season's climactic episodes accelerate the revelations while raising the stakes to life or death levels. Maomao's discovery of the antidote formulas hidden in the ancient medical text provides hope, but also reveals the conspiracy's true scope. The poisoners have been planning for years, accounting for nearly every possible contingency except the determination of one honest apothecary. The confrontation between the emperor and Jinshi crackles with emotional intensity. Their debate about effective leadership versus moral authority encapsulates the season's central philosophical conflict. Jinshi's articulate defense of his actions forces viewers to question whether his methods might be justified by his goals, even as his betrayal remains inexcusable. Concubine Lihua's final choice between palace loyalty and personal survival creates the season's most agonizing moral dilemma. Her decision to warn Gyokuyu about the final assassination attempt redeems her earlier betrayals while ensuring her own downfall. The tragic irony of her sacrifice saving the very system she helped to undermine provides a perfectly bittersweet conclusion to her character arc. The season finale's shocking twist reveals that Maomao herself carries noble blood, making her a legitimate threat to the established order. This revelation recontextualizes her entire journey, suggesting that her pursuit of justice might have been unconsciously driven by her own suppressed heritage. The question of whether she will embrace her birthright or continue serving others becomes the perfect setup for future conflicts. The final scene leaves viewers with tantalizing questions about the palace's future. With the conspiracy exposed but the imperial hierarchy decimated, the path forward remains unclear. Maomao stands at the crossroads between justice and power, holding the antidotes that could save the survivors while possessing the knowledge that could destroy them. Season 2 succeeds brilliantly in transforming a straightforward palace drama into a complex meditation on power, justice, and the prices we pay for both. The poisoning conspiracy serves as more than just a plot device. It becomes a metaphor for how corruption spreads through institutions, requiring increasingly drastic measures to combat. The season's final image of Maomao staring at the imperial seal, weighing her choices, encapsulates the eternal struggle between serving others and seizing power for oneself. The writers have created a narrative that resonates with contemporary concerns about leadership, truth, and the cost of fighting corruption. In an era of political upheaval and institutional distrust, the story of one woman's quest for justice against overwhelming odds feels both timeless and urgently relevant. The season's success lies in its ability to make viewers care deeply about characters who are simultaneously heroes and villains, victims and victimizers, noble and deeply flawed. As the dust settles on Season 2's explosive revelations, one thing remains clear in the game of imperial politics. Even the most unlikely players can hold the keys to power, and sometimes the greatest weapon against corruption is simply an honest person with the courage to act.